Repairing the contents of your mind will never change how it functions. The mind goes up, it goes down. That's what it does. Instead, stop living through it. Listen to that again. Repairing the contents of your mind will never change how it functions. The mind goes up, it goes down. That's what it does. Instead, stop living through it. I look all over YouTube and the internet, and I see people who are well-meaning. I'm not really down talking about anybody. People have lived through their minds on planet Earth, through the false sense of self, the personality, the ego. People have done this for millennia. People don't even realize they're doing it, but nonetheless, I look around on YouTube and on the internet, and I see a lot of people out there, and not just the internet, but real life too, right? And I see a lot of people in the general spiritual community who put themselves out there as spiritual teachers, and they're telling you things like, you need to heal your childhood wounds, you got to clear karma, right? You got to heal childhood wounds, you have to let go of the past, you got to fix the past, your relationship with the past. The past is gone. You can't do that in any way. Repairing the contents of your mind will never change how it functions. Here's the thing. People feel bad, right? The mind is down. That's how the mind works. The mind goes up, it goes down. Feel good, feel bad. Love, fear, positive, negative, right? It's a duality. People are on the down end of the spectrum. They feel bad and they want to feel good, and somebody comes along and says, hey, I'm a spiritual teacher. I see you feel like shit. I want to help you. All you got to do is fix your childhood wounds and clear your karma. And there's even people who do what seems to be like energetic, like metaphysical energy healing work. You got to clear out all these old memories and, fix the past of your Akashic record. And there's something else I'm trying to think of. I don't know, basically just making you relive old memories. Oh, purging. You got to purge all that stuff out. You got to get rid of it, right? Repairing the contents of your mind, because that's what you think you is. And the so-called spiritual teacher, who again is well-meaning and they're just trying to help, they believe they are their mind. And so they're trying to help you repair the contents of your mind, but that's not going to make you feel better. That's not going to make the mind stop going down. That's how the mind functions. That's how it operates. Repairing the contents of your mind will never change how it functions. It goes up, it goes down. That's what it does. Instead, you have to stop living through it, which is what I'm here to tell you, which is real spiritualism, right? True spiritualism, the true spiritual journey. Not the, I guess what you could call pseudo-spiritualism that you see online, pop culture spiritualism on the internet, YouTube, healing, karma, fixing childhood wounds, purging, all of these kinds of things, which really is psychology. It's not spiritualism. And I'm not knocking psychology. There are things about psychology that are very useful. But I'm a spiritual teacher, and other people who claim to be spiritual teachers are claiming to be spiritual teachers, but then they don't teach you spiritualism. They teach you some kind of faux psychology, not spiritualism. And it's not even real psychology either. It's like made up. Like, oh yeah, you got to clear your childhood wounds. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's go with that, right? And they see everybody else doing it, and they just keep repeating the same stuff. And again, I'm not faulting them. Everybody's doing it. Everybody on this planet has lived through the mind for thousands of years, and that's where they derive their identity from, their sense of self, from the personality, the ego. And so They don't even recognize that that's what's going on, and they're just trying to help somebody. But they get up there on YouTube or whatever, and they put themselves out there as a spiritual teacher, and then the end result is you're still not really getting a spiritual teaching, right? The truth is, you are a soul, which is pure consciousness. And if you energetically switch your modality from believing that you are your ego to just being the true self, which is consciousness, which is the soul, which is you, then you don't need to repair the contents of your mind. And even if you did attempt to repair the contents of your mind, it would be easier for you to do that. Psychology, healing, whatever you want to do with the contents of your mind, it's going to work better if you put your spiritual foundation in place first. True spiritualism. True spiritualism. You got to get out of the mind. You got to stop believing that you are your mind. You are a being of consciousness. That's spiritualism. Recognizing the mind when it is in operation and no longer identifying with those patterns of thought. The mind is a tool, and it's an amazing, powerful tool, but it is a tool. It's not who you are. You are source. You are consciousness. Now, I'm going to give you some tools. If you want to know, well, Kurt, how do I do that? How do I do true spiritualism? And, how do I learn what that is so that I can tell the difference between actual spiritualism and the faux fast food spiritualism that is actually psychology that we see all over the place in the so-called general spiritual community? I'm going to give you some tools. First of all, me. You can go to the main page of this channel, New World All-Star. Go to the playlists menu and look for the playlist called The True Spiritual Journey and give those videos a look. Also, here is about a half a dozen or so people and resources that you can check out. These are spiritual teachers that are teaching true spiritualism, right? The first one, of course, is Eckhart Tolle. Read his book, The Power of Now. And he's got all kinds of videos on YouTube. And if you're watching this video, you're ready for Eckhart Tolle. The Power of Now. And he teaches something that's timeless and ancient, true spiritualism. The reason I like him and I recommend him so much is because he just does a really great job of using modern language to explain spiritualism, getting out of your mind and aligning with your soul, which is the true self. There's also Neale Donald Walsch. He's got all kinds of videos on YouTube. His book series, Conversations with God, very good, life-changing. Conversations with God by Neale Donald Walsch. And again, he's got videos all over YouTube. So Eckhart Tolle, Neale Donald Walsch. There's a movie that you can watch too on YouTube called Samadhi, S-A-M-A-D-H-I, Samadhi, S-A-M-A-D-H-I. It's about an hour long. It's on YouTube for free. Check it out. It'll change your life. There's also a little old man by the name of John Butler. Just go on YouTube and type in John Butler Stillness, and you'll find one of my favorite videos by him. A little old man. He kind of looks like Santa Claus. He's got the beard and everything, but he's pretty awesome. Charlotte Jocko Beck. Charlotte Jocko, J-O-K-O, Beck, B-E-C-K. Check her out. Anything from her. She's a teacher of traditional true spiritualism. She's a teacher of Zen. Abraham Hicks. Abraham Hicks. And Alan Watts. W-A-T-T-S. Abraham Hicks. And there is also Alan Watts. These are teachers of true spiritualism. Check them out. Check them out. Embrace true spiritualism. It'll change your life permanently. Thank you for watching.